The two ordinary hosts of this podcast are not professionals on parapsychology, extraterrestrials, cryptozoology, nor would they describe themselves as religious or prone to superstition. They'd also like to make it known that this show is not intended for children or those with sensitive sensibilities. Please listen at your own discretion. And remember, the truth is often anecdotal.
Are you ready? You and a group of friends approach the calm, still waters of the lake near the campgrounds on a dare. Its surface a perfect black mirror reflecting moonlight. Wading into the suffocating cold, your feet sinking into the soft, deep muck, you're soon treading water. Something brushes against your leg. Not a fish, but something slow and deliberate. You look to your friends with terror on your face. They've all felt it too. You all decide to flee the water, understanding now that some depths are not meant to be disturbed. Lakes, the very subject of today's episode. Hello, listeners. I am Mr. R.
And I'm Mr. X.
Paranormal dudes.
Reading paranormal stories.
Yeah! We've talked about water before. We've talked about oceans.
As a subject?
Have we? Was that not an episode, Oceans?
Well, I mean, on Sequel Factory, we did the whole Waterworld episode, but I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm thinking of mermaids. I'm thinking of the mermaid episode.
Oh, did we do specifically mermaids?
Man, I thought
it's been a while, huh? No, I think we have.
I remember we talked about the ocean for a little bit on at least one episode.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The reason I bring up oceans is because, folks, if you don't know, a lake is just an ocean but smaller.
Depending on the lake, I guess, yeah.
Well, I mean, a puddle is an ocean but smaller.
Sure. I mean, based on the initials of this podcast, we should be talking about ponds, not lakes, but...
Right.
I feel like lakes are creepier. So
in the long run, I definitely feel like we're gonna wring more out of the rag that is lakes than we would ponds.
You know what? Hold on. Before we even get started, I'm gonna go to the paranormal subreddit.
Uh-huh. Are you gonna look up ponds?
I'm gonna look up ponds and see what comes up.
All right.
Okay. The path to the pond is the first thing that pops up. These don't have a whole lot of engagement. The shadows of Walter's Pond. Pond spontaneous light. New investigation at Pond Springs Cemetery. So that doesn't really count. I mean, neither did the Walter's Pond, but weird noise. No, this is it's this is flared with debunk this, and it's titled "Weird Nose by the Pond."
Weird, as opposed to noise. I see.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this one real quick because it's super short.
Yeah, do it.
This was posted in the paranormal subreddit by Derek Swallows 4 years ago. Weird Nose by the Pond. This happened to me a few years ago. I remember I went to this pond as a kid with my brother doing stuff there, but we have not visited it for years, so I decided to go there, but I find a weird structure that I have never seen near the pond, and it looks old and seems to have been used, and I see pictures of people sleeping and chills came through my whole body. I would go there again 2 months later to see it gone. Anyone have an explanation? There was only one bit of punctuation in that, and it was at the very end.
Amazing.
And there's only 2 comments. The first one's from the OP. It says, "Sorry, the typo in the title. I meant pond."
What a twist! I didn't think we'd get a twist in that.
Maybe the large structure, was a nose. I don't know. There was no noise in the story.
No. A nose would be, I mean, I guess any body part would be kind of scary.
Yeah.
To just see, right? Disembodied.
No, there's only one other comment on here. It says, no, but it's a fun, creepy story to think about, almost like you momentarily slipped into a parallel world. That person was being kind. Okay. My first actual story is also pretty short, so I think we could easily squeeze that one in and keep it under an hour. So.
Sure. Well, yeah. Easy.
But since I went ahead and read that, do you want to go ahead and read your first story this week?
Yes. Let's do it. Believe this is mine. I saw a sea monster in a lake when I was 10. Yeah, okay. So this was posted into r/paranormal encounters as of 4 years ago by broken phone charger _. The title is, I saw a sea monster in a lake when I was 10. So, that's basically the story, folks. Should I read the rest of the story, or is the title good enough?
It's not that long. Go for it.
Okay. I don't know where else to post this. Best place I could think of. So, basically, there's a small lake. It was very small, but also very deep. Could it have been a pond? I'm not sure if ponds can be deep. But if they can be, it was probably a pond. That's the end of the parentheses, by the way. Without parentheses, the story would have gone like this. So basically, there's a small lake in a park that I used to play at when I was a kid in upstate New York. There was a bench you could sit at and have a view of the whole body of water. Maybe a pond. When I got sick of playing, I would sit at the bench with my mom, and we would talk and look at the water and stuff while I caught my breath. One time, I swear to God, we both seen a huge sea animal / monster of some kind rise up from the water at the very edge, at the very furthest away part of the lake from us, but still visible. It was extremely long and thin, probably about 30 feet in size for real. It was black. That's its own sentence. It went back underwater for about 10 seconds. What the fuck was this? Have always wondered since it happened. My mom remembers it very well too. Let's hope she has read it. It was definitely no normal creature that should have been in a small lake / pond, parentheses, I'm not sure which one, I'm sorry.
Well, that's very on theme. I didn't even read that story. You posted it, and I liked the title enough. I was like, I'll wait to hear it. But
yeah.
What do you think this could have been?
It described as a black. It says 30 feet in size. I'm gonna guess that's length, right?
Possibly. I don't know. This person they couldn't really tell the size of this body of water, so I don't know
so
how
what
much
do
I
they know
believe
about
them in.
size?
They were also 10, so thing could have looked much bigger.
Yes, 10. Do you think? Well, no. Hold on. It doesn't say how old they are now, which is a shame. Upstate New York, 30 feet in length. I think it was black. Then it went back underwater. What do I think it was? I think it was an eel.
Yeah,
one of
that's
those
what I was gonna
freshwater
say.
lake eels.
Yeah. When I lived in Florida, we used to have eels. I never thought they were 30 feet long, but I mean, sometimes when they would breach the water very briefly, it could be kind of creepy, for a kid.
Yeah.
I was about that age, between 8 and 12. So, I was used to seeing all sorts of water creatures. Maybe this kid wasn't. So
Maybe so.
it just freaked him out.
I did a quick Google search for freshwater lake eel, upstate New York. Says American eels live in freshwater lakes and rivers throughout upstate New York, though their numbers have declined significantly. I mean, without getting into production projects, because apparently some of these eels are declining in numbers rapidly. we can confirm there can be eels in upstate New York.
Okay. Now I'm trying to think of where this is, but they do say here, the furthest part of the lake from us, but still very visible. So I just don't know if I could trust this kid's like perception of length and size, I guess.
Like, there is something to be said about the size variations of lakes, because you do have like Lake Superior. That's a lake.
Yeah.
Like the Lake of Salt Lake City. Those are huge. They're enormous.
Yeah, I think.
But
I mean, what's the definition of a lake? Is it just fresh water?
It's just a body of fresh water. Let's look up definition of lake. A large body of water surrounded by land. Well.
Oh, okay. I guess so. It just has to have land on every side.
Yeah.
So then I guess, I mean, I guess a pond can technically be a lake. I mean, I think we got into this with the mermaid thing, right? Because there was that one story where they were talking about a mermaid in a pond or something like that. But you know what? I'm just gonna believe this kid. There was a giant sea monster in that pond.
Okay. Interesting take. Not a lot of comments on this one. We could just bust through these really quick.
Oh yeah.
Broken phone charger, the original poster, is the first comment.
They have another story about this weird ass lake. Yeah.
It says, I also want to add another odd experience with this weird ass lake. Another time, before the sea monster incident, a turtle crawled up very close to me and my mom's feet while we were sitting on the bench, and just laid her eggs and buried them right in front of us without a care in the world. This was very cool to watch, but my mom looked it up afterwards if this is normal, because she thought it was strange. And we found out that it wasn't normal for them to do this, and they usually lay their eggs close to the water. The bench was a good amount away. You gotta use numbers, kid. You can't... Okay, the bench was a good amount away from the body of water. These eggs also never hatched. What was going on in this pond/lake? No response to that.
You know what? Well, it did have 4 upvotes though.
That's true.
I'm gonna guess that this is a man-made pond, and that I don't know the wildlife that was put there, and I don't know. Maybe they just had a hard time maintaining that ecosystem because there's a big ass sea monster there, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to upset any kind of wildlife. Any ecosystem of almost any size. A sea monster is definitely going to fuck it up.
That's exactly why that turtle laid the eggs so far from the water to avoid the sea monster. I
don't want this sea monster that's in a lake, which the naming conventions do oppose one another. Let's see. Either Beginnings 5076 says, that is a weird lake. You are fortunate to have experienced these things. Thanks for the input.
The turtle laying its eggs near you. Yeah, I'd say that's fortunate. I don't know how fortunate you are to see a sea monster, you know?
Ambitious. Very fortunate.
Ambitious Girl 2000 said, I saw a mermaid when I was 9 years old.
Terrific.
She was beautiful with long hair. I saw her only 10 seconds. To which someone who's not even the OP called a bald pterodactyl 911 responds, wow, that's so amazing. I'm so curious about that topic. Well, we already covered it in some episode we don't even remember.
Too
so
bad.
You'll have to look through our whole what would you even call it? Catalog or episode catalog to see which one that was. And then the last comment here is just, well, what's the name of this lake? Clearly this person doesn't know because they didn't give us any fucking information. I feel like we're making fun of this person a little too much, but hey, sometimes we gotta be skeptical, you know?
It's an archived post, so what are they gonna do?
Oh, we can't even comment. But yeah, I think it's going to be the first for Paranormal Dudes. We're just going to agree with the original poster.
It was a sea monster in a lake/pond.
There's absolutely a sea monster in that lake. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move on to my first one then.
Which one of yours are you going to do first?
I'm going to do. I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'm just gonna do my short one first, called "Loud Scratching Sound by the Lake," or "Loud Scratching Sound by Lake."
Yes.
This one's super short. Probably just as short as that random pond story. This one was posted in the Paranormal subreddit by Evil to Black Heart a year ago. It's also flared with Debunk This, and again, titled Loud Scratching Sound by Lake. I was out in the woods by a lake called Chippewa Lake, and I heard this sound like scratching on concrete or sawing on wood. Hey, those two things don't sound alike. It got closer and closer in 20-second intervals. It went from 100 feet away to 25 feet away. Unrelated, but I've also seen a tall figure about 6 to 7 feet tall in their humanoid shape. Oh, fuck. Oh my God. In white that dashed into the woods and pretty much disappeared. Maybe y'all know what it was. I don't think that's related to the original story.
I do
because
like
he literally says unrelated.
Yeah. But I do like that neither of these these events were interesting enough on their own, so he just kind of lumped them both together.
Yeah. Both of them. Well, I mean, the first story is only 3 sentences long, and the second one's only 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. I think this is why I picked it. It's because he literally is just like, oh yeah, unrelated. I saw this 7-foot tall humanoid.
I also seen a tall figure about 6'7" to 7 foot in
their humanoid shape, in white, that dashed into the woods and pretty much disappeared. This also reminded me of the Texas episode with the girl who saw the white shadow person running at her.
Yeah.
White
shadow.
So maybe she knows what this is.
Maybe it's the same
she
thing.
didn't know, but yeah, maybe it's the same thing. Maybe they experienced the same thing.
Maybe you interrupted some carnival freak's self-baptism. Maybe he was just trying to get closer to God because he's been spending all this time in a traveling carnival. You know, he's 6'7", 7 foot tall. People are going to gawk at him. He needs to find the Lord.
So you're talking about the humanoid. What do you think this scratching on concrete or sawing on wood sound could have possibly been?
I heard the sound like scratching on concrete. It really depends. Okay, so the scratching on concrete, scratching it with what?
Yeah, exactly. Like if you had a shovel or a gardening hoe, metal on concrete sounds very specific. But if you took wood on concrete,
right,
it would sound different.
Unless you mean nails. That's I already hate the way that sounds.
Nails,
in my
I don't
head.
know. Would that even make a sound? Would it make it sound loud enough for someone to hear 100 feet away? Also, very the last post with the kid. No, he couldn't discern how far away something was. He guessed that this creature that was very visible, at a shoreline that was very visible, was 30 feet long, which. I'm guessing that kid didn't know what 30 feet is because 30 feet's pretty fucking long.
As far as an animal goes, that's huge.
Yeah. But this person says that they can tell what something 100 feet away sounds like compared to 25 feet away. Also, wouldn't that just be something moving towards you, I guess? Would that be making the sound, the movement?
And closer. I assume they meant closer and closer. In 20-second intervals, it went from 100 plus feet away to 25 feet away.
You know what? I also gotta say this. I've never seen this Debunk This flare. It must be. Well, no, it can't be new because this post is from a year ago. The first one I read was from 2 years ago, but I've never seen the Debunk This. Both the stories I read with the Debunk This flare, they don't have anything to debunk. It's more of a question, right?
Yeah, Debunk This. It does seem like people are treating it hey, just explain what I think I heard.
Yeah.
Or saw or whatever.
Let's see what the comments have to say. D-Dog said, "Is it possible that you could have heard a beaver chewing on a tree?"
Okay.
To which OP says, I mean, it got closer and louder, so maybe, but I think it might have been too loud, and I am by the lake, so I'm leaning towards that. Okay.
I'm leaning towards
the beaver. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But D-Dog says, then I don't know what it could be. I think the OP was agreeing with you, D-Dog. Let's see. Appropriate 122345 says, sounds like the missing 411 creatures.
God, I'm gonna have to Google that now.
Well, I mean, I think we've discussed the 411 a tiny bit before in one of the very first episodes, but you're aware with the missing 411, right?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, so there are thousands of cases in the national forests in the U.S. where people just disappear. It could be anybody, but there's stories of children, their parents turn their back for a second, and when they turn back around, the kid's gone, just completely gone. There's no trace of them. Or a kid goes running up ahead of them on a trail, goes over their line of sight, and then when they get to that point, the kid's just gone. There's a lot of theories, one of which is the mass tunnel systems under a lot of these forests.
Oh, yes.
They think people might fall in or whatever.
I have definitely heard of this before. I didn't know it had a name.
Yeah, so the missing 401 is I think the name came from a documentary or something, but I've never heard of a missing 401 creature before. So let's see where this thread goes. A since deleted user says, what's the best place to get the cryptid side of Paulide's work? I think this is a YouTuber, Paulides. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I also don't really care. A lot of it, still interesting, is left as weird disappearances and sometimes return, especially where young people and rough terrain are involved. I want to know more about potential creatures. I have a couple of strange experiences. The OP just responds, what's that? To which appropriate 122345 says, creatures David Paulides has described in some of his missing people stories. Some that look like the predator creature.
Okay.
That can jump from tree to tree. Some that can disappear into granite boulders. Okay, and there's a link to a YouTube channel here. Yeah. I was going to try to watch it before, but I got distracted by life, so I never did. Let's see, OP responds one more time to this little thread here and says, it didn't really jump. It looked kind of like what you would expect a human in a white cloth. Oh, so they're talking about the humanoid creature. I thought they were talking about the sound this whole time, right? It looked like a human in a white cloth dressed as a ghost to look like kind of in that shape that it was really, really fast and pretty much disappeared into the woods. And it's pretty shallow, so we should have seen it, but it dashed from an open space and it was just gone, I guess. Whew, that was a mouthful.
Gotta say, they use kinda twice in this story, spelled Kinna.
Yeah, kinda.
You didn't even stumble over that. I just wanted to compliment you.
Yeah. This just sounds like a dude in a sheet, right?
Yeah.
Just running through the woods trying to spook people.
That's a good prank, but I do fear in the wrong parts of the country you would get killed.
Well, I mean, if you're in a national park in a public space, it's probably less likely that somebody would. Yeah,
that's true.
I don't know, pull a gun on you or something. But I mean, you never know. I think it's legal to carry guns in national parks. One last comment here from a since deleted user just says, I saw a large black humanoid in the Pacific Northwest. Thought it was Bigfoot, but also seemed more paranormal than biological.
Where are you pulling that from? Did you do a test?
If it was paranormal, I don't know. Maybe it was transparent or something. The opacity was set down on Bigfoot. Maybe it was the ghost of Bigfoot. You can never. We can't say that it's
we need
not
to talk
right.
about. There's got to be a ghost of Bigfoot. Story out there,
or at least if there's several big feet. Yeah, some of them had to have died, right?
I mean, statistically.
Are we to believe that if there is a Bigfoot, that he's just been alive for hundreds of years?
And like booking it?
Yeah, I mean, like large primates, they can live a long time, but like maybe like 60 years or something like that.
Yeah,
if that.
I think orangutans could live somewhere near that, but
as we stated at the beginning of every episode, we are not experts.
Not experts in any field, folks.
Yeah, so don't take anything we say as fact. All right, man, we're breezing through these stories today. My last one is kind of long, so
okay.
We'll see how that one plays out. But hey, want to move on to your next one?
Yes,
we'll leave that one on Ghost Bigfoot.
I'm gonna do the Big Bear Lake, California story.
Ooh, okay.
The second one that I had posted, I said maybe because it's so short, but like there are plenty of comments on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I figure as far as story goes, we should probably do the third one I posted.
Yeah. I was kind of trying to do the same thing where I was looking for like if it was short that maybe it would have like a lot of comments or something like that. But
yeah.
I couldn't find a whole lot surprisingly on lakes. I went to several subreddits that I was like, surely this subreddit will have a lake story, like Backwoods Creepy.
Yeah.
I didn't find any lake stories there.
No, you went through the same struggle that I did. In fact, I'll go ahead and name a big struggle with this subject is that there's something called Ghost Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a location, Ghost Lake. So me, when I was trying to find, possible ghost stories about lakes, I kept running into these stories about people asking where the best places to fish on Ghost Lake were. And I was like, what are we doing?
Anyway. I tried looking up Spooky Lake just on a general Reddit search.
Yeah.
And I kept coming across this post that kept saying Spooky Lake fans. Like, here's a thread or something like that. And I was just like, what is, I'm not going to click on this, but like, what the hell is Spooky Lake? So I just, I just grabbed what I could. As you can tell, this is why we're breezing through them. Maybe if we have enough time, we'll read another pond story.
Maybe so. Okay. This was posted in r/paranormal as of 5 years ago by Milky Joe 36. The title is Big Bear Lake, California. This is flared with experience. Around Easter 2008, my two best friends and I went on a brocation. John's family, who I could assume is one of the bros, had a cabin at Big Bear. Sorry, I'm going to start that over. Had a cabin at Big Bear that we were welcome to stay at for the weekend. It was a beautiful cabin-style home with views of the lake and forested area behind the house. We did not spend much time in the cabin due to being young and adventurous. Our days were spent driving to the main street to eat and walk around. On one of those days, around lunchtime, we park a block or so from the main street. Anthony had to use the restroom and decided to make use of a forested area we parked next to. John and I continued to walk around Main Street. What happened next is by far the most frightening thing I've ever witnessed. And I am a veteran. I will never forget what occurred. The main street was not crowded, but obviously busy with people going about their day. Both of us catch a glimpse of a little girl holding her nondescript mother's hand.
What does that mean? How is the mother nondescript? Or are you just not paying attention to the mother?
Right. Like, it's not enough to describe her. I don't think this has to do with a lake.
Oh, well, Big Bear Lake is just, I guess, the name of the town. So.
Oh, man.
Just finish the story. I think it's fun. We'll make an exception.
All right.
Nondescript mother's hand.
But this was no child. The girl was wearing a puffy pink coat, and her black hair was long and straight. Like no little girl I've seen before. Her face was pale and skeletal. What caught our attention was her eyes, or lack thereof. No, it just says or lack of. Where her eyes should have been were empty black pits. We stand frozen in a moment trying to grasp and rationalize what we're seeing. That instant, the girl turns her head and, quote, looks directly at us. As this happens, John and I grab each other and turn our heads as if blinded by light. The feeling when she looked at us was as if she was truly looking through us and burned as she did. When we looked back, it was gone. On cue, Anthony returns and was uncharacteristically unsettled by our expression. We explained to him, wait, what? We explained to him what happened and simply continue with our day. We simply continue with our day. Take a drink.
Take a drink.
Walking up and down the main street with no further signs of the girl. John and I have talked about and told the story many times to many people. Both of us are skeptics and have trouble saying it's a ghost because I simply don't know what it was. But having the same paranormal experience at the same time has been hard to rationalize. Has anyone had a similar experience or have any knowledge on what it could have been?
And then they went and spent some time on a lake. There we go.
Yeah, presumably they went what are those called? Skidooing? A skidoo?
Skidooing.
Yeah.
Yeah, jet skiing out on the lake, yeah. No, he says ghost. That doesn't sound like a ghost to me. Honestly, I don't know what the hell it could be, but...
It kind of sounds like you ran into that kid who likes turtles. Like...
Oh, yeah. The kid just had face paint on.
Yeah, it was a little girl that had face paint on from a fair or some kind of event.
And it just freaked this veteran out so much.
I'm a veteran.
Well, see, the first comment here does have an explanation, I guess.
Okay, it's, from Mini Feather, yeah?
Mini Feather, yeah. They say they're called Black Eye Kids, or BEK. Most stories occur with them trying to enter your home or business. Jesus Christ. What? They must ask for permission to enter and have been said to be quite hostile when you deny helping them or allowing them to enter. They are thought to be demons or possibly aliens. They speak in a very odd, old-school manner, also much like a foreigner would. Okay. By this, I mean that their sentences aren't always grammatically correct. One example I've heard, they ask to use your telegraph/telegram machine and ask to enter because their parents are on the way and will be there shortly. There are many other stories as well. This is just one I remember best. Definitely research it. It's a creepy subject. That was pretty creepy.
A telegraph or a telegram machine?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you know.
If any kid knocked on my front door.
Right? Yeah. Outside of Halloween.
Yeah,
I would.
Black eyes or not, if some kid was like, "May I use your telegram machine?" I'd probably kick him.
Yeah, exactly, right? Some kid even asked me for my cell phone. I'd be like, "Hey, I live in an enclosed building. How'd you get up here?" So
kind of a 1800s version of, does your game have phones? No, does your phone have games on it? Fuck.
Oh yeah, does your phone have games on it? Does your telegram reach my papa?
With my papa. Yeah, what's his number? 4? I don't know how telegrams work, actually.
I have no idea. Let's see. Confessional 542 says, my mom took my older siblings to Big Bear years ago on vacation. She said it was very haunted and they couldn't relax the entire time they were there. I wonder if it's just that land that has some bad juju or something. I think you mean lake. We're trying to be, stay on on topic here.
I wonder if that land water? Ritapoo, that's Ritapoo, says, it is very rare for two people to have the same experience. Is it? I guess paranormal experience, sure. I have had many experiences and never been lucky enough to have someone validate it. You guys saw something very powerful who wanted you to see it. Watch for signs in your day-to-day life. This could have been a warning for something to come.
No, was this around,
okay, Ritapoo.
Yeah, I guess it
freak.
was around the same time. I don't know. You say it's rare. I think almost every story we've read on here has had somebody bear witness. They just can't produce the evidence, right?
Oh, sure.
I don't know how rare that is, but
And in the last, what was it? The sea monster story. It was a kid and his mom.
his mom saw it. So I think even my first story with the strange nose, they had their sibling there or something.
Yeah.
Let's see. And I think my next story also has a witness. So,
Well, there you go.
so what the fuck are you talking about, Rita Poo? If you're listening to this podcast, thanks. We appreciate it. Leave a comment or
we
a
appreciate
rating.
you being here. That's awesome. I really like comments that are like really short. Like,
Oh,
the,
yeah,
damn,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Wait.
What are you
Oh yeah, at the
contributing?
very end. Or just reading this creeped me out so bad.
Like, you don't have to say those things. Just upvote it. Move on.
I'm willing to bet that this memory you have of this girl is forever burned into your memories with details for both of you. I don't know if you have friends who can draw like lifelike, but I would reach out to them for a visual. You'll know when they draw it correctly when it gives you chills again. Okay. I mean, I guess nowadays, as 4 years later, you just ask AI, right?
You could.
Just put
It's
in
definitely possible.
as much detail and I guarantee you, anything AI draws for you is gonna give you chills because
It's
that's
gonna
some
look pretty
haunting
freaky.
bullshit. Yeah, I was talking to a friend, or no, a friend of mine sent me like an Instagram post on the DMs on Instagram, and it was kind of weird. I didn't know how it related to me exactly because it was just like it was like a collection of pictures where they were describing the different types of people who like certain bands, like the Beatles or Metallica, so on and so forth. And one of the bands on there was like it was Queen, and it was like people who like the music, people who aren't gay but think Freddie Mercury's cool, people who are gay and think Freddie Mercury's cool, so on and so forth. And I was like, hey, that Queen one was kind of missing one. It's the old man who blah blah blah. I was essentially just referring to Ken, the ghost of Cinemark that we've talked about before,
Yes.
who loved Queen. And I made that joke and I kind of described him as the weird person that he was. And after I hit send, well, you don't hear. I'm gonna read it verbatim so that so you guys can get a better idea in the story. But you can't forget the other Queen fan, the decrepit old man with a southern whistle, confused about his sexuality with imaginary second children and a washer for a belt buckle. Which there's too much in that description to go into right now. But after I hit send, Instagram was like, hey, do you want AI to draw this for you? And I was like, what?
What?
Yeah. So I was like, sure, I want to see what the hell it comes up with. And I guarantee you, I'm telling you, it gave me 4 options to pick from. Every single one of them was haunting. They were all creepy as fuck. And I was like, holy shit, man. Like, this was supposed to be a funny description. You made it something else.
Any AI art that is ever produced, it looks like someone dreamed it and that dream was printed out like on screen.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's weird is that like you look at AI and you're like, that's kind of how my dreams feel. Like when I wake up and I can't quite remember them. Right?
Exactly.
But now when I dream, sometimes it feels like I'm looking at AI shit. It's kind of creeping me out.
What if we're the computers?
Ugh. It's all a simulation.
Oh,
We'll have to do an
man.
episode on that. There's only 2 more comments on here. Do we want to go through them real quick?
Sure, which one?
Let's see. Paranormal Beauty said, I have heard several bizarre happenings in this area. This could be the reason. What could be the reason? The little girl?
Yeah, just the little girl with black eyes. She's the reason for all of the bizarre happenings at Bear Lake.
And someone just responds, what bizarre happenings have you heard of in this area? And we don't get an explanation. So
I once tried to write a miniseries that it was supposed to be animated, but the idea fell through. It was called Detective Macabre, Detective Mackenzie Cobb, and one of the there were only a certain amount of episodes, and each episode was usually an alliteration of every letter of the alphabet. And on the letter O, I had written an episode called The Opaque Orphans. And the idea of Detective Macabre was you were in this town called Atro City that was kind of this like eldritch horror combination of like, you know, every story you've heard, you know, from like Arkham and whatever. And these two pale, black-eyed orphans were going door to door trying to get adopted, but nobody liked them because they were so creepy. And at the end, you just find out that these are like they're just two weird-looking kids. Like they're not actually evil in any way. They're just like malnourished in some way.
Yeah.
But that's what this reminded me of. I had no idea that what did they call them?
They were the black-eyed kids.
Black-eyed kids. Black-eyed kids sounds like a domestic abuse case, by the way.
You know most of these stories.
Yes.
I guess we can end on this creepy comment for this story, but it says, I wonder if some of the missing campers and hikers from that area over the years ran into her in a more secluded part of the park. Why would you wonder that, man? It's fucking weird. Maybe be a little more chill.
Yeah, what? There should be a thing on Reddit that like anytime you want to comment something, like it does like a check-in.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, that's a good comment. Share or post, and then Reddit should just like kind of hop in with like a pop up and be like, "Hey, are you sure? Just rethink it once. That's all we ask. And if you still feel like it's something you should say out loud, go ahead."
Okay. I guess last story maybe. Now we're at 45 minutes. This was posted in the Paranormal Encounters subreddit by Reel and Rod 22. 335 days ago. They could have just said 11 months ago or something.
They could have said that.
Utah. It's titled Utah Lake Experience. No flares. After reading several other stories on the sub, I figured I would share this experience I had years ago. Just curious if anyone has an explanation or also has experienced something weird in this area. When I was in college one summer, I got really into fishing, and I was out damn near every day. Just during college, huh? Because his fucking username's Reel and Rod. I found a cool spot on the northwest side of Utah Lake that I think has since been bought up and closed to the public. My roommate at the time also liked fishing and would occasionally go with me. One day we decided to take my inflatable raft out to try to get out to the fish better. It was probably around 10, 11 in the morning, nice sunny hot day, not a lick of wind. We were maybe 30 yards off the shoreline and there wasn't much action. We were just kind of sitting there hoping for some bites, probably plotting our next move. Out of nowhere, something really inexplicable happened. It was almost like the lights went out, quicker than a blink, but it wasn't a blink. There was like a sonic boom, but it was silent. You know when a jet goes overhead and you can feel it through your whole body, but it was instantaneous. I could not perceive that time had passed at all, but it felt long enough to really notice something strange had occurred. My roommate and I just kind of looked at each other like, did you feel that? Yeah. What the hell was that? We both were left with that butterfly in your stomach feeling for several minutes. We sat there in silence for a while, just trying to figure out what we had experienced. Most of that summer I'd gone fishing alone and usually drank just quite a bit. Wait, what? And usually drank quite a bit. But not that day. I wasn't drinking and I wasn't alone. Had I been alone, I probably would have chalked it up to being in my head or being drunk. But he experienced it too, in that exact same moment. It wasn't until years later that I heard there was a conspiracy theory about Utah Lake having an underground military base with alien ties. But what happened to us didn't seem like any other alien encounter I've heard of. We had no lingering effects like an abduction or something. It was just a super random glitch in time. 13 years later, I still really have no idea how to explain it, and I had not gone through it with someone else. I would have probably forgotten about it quickly. Anyone else have weird things happen around Utah Lake? Any other explanation through theoretical physics or something? Only thing I've been able to come up with is almost as if two planes, not airplanes, collided. So like two planes of existence. But I don't know. Maybe not paranormal, but definitely not normal. So when I sent this to you, I said this was kind of a nothing story. Nothing really happens, right?
All right.
But I have a theory.
Okay, yeah.
My theory is that this guy, I think his roommate tried to kill him.
Oh.
I think his roommate, when he had his back turned, hit him really hard over the back of the head, but it didn't knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
So, being just as flustered that he didn't go down, he kind of just sat there befuddled too. It's
That's
just kind of like,
so funny, actually.
yeah, I don't know what happened. So I think he almost got
that should
murked
be in
there.
a movie or something.
Yeah, maybe it has been. But
Just hitting someone really hard and then not getting knocked out, and you're like, oh, that looks so easy in the movies, though.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that in a movie before. But yeah, no, I think this guy's roommate tried to kill him, failed miserably, and then just has been keeping this secret for all these years later.
Have they posted since?
Well, this was 335 days ago, and it was from a while back. Fucking.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But let me see. What
2 days ago. 2 days ago, Reel and Rod 22 posted, "Totally normal. It's just a part of growth." Now, I don't know what this comment is for.
Totally
I guess I
normal,
could
just
click on
part
it.
of growth.
Spots on shell. Oh, okay. It's talking about a turtle. Okay, so apparently there are spots on this turtle's shell. Notice these spots showing a couple days ago seem to be getting worse. What is it? Please tell me it's not a shell rot, or it's not shell rot. I stress about soaking and humidity. Okay. He knows about turtles. I like turtles. How'd that come up twice?
I'm trying to see what you're looking at, because I'm on my iPad right now.
Oh.
So it's not popping up anything. Like, this is his most recent post, the lake experience one. But
I guess I was looking at comments.
I'm just gonna read off a few of the subreddits that they post in.
Okay.
Are paranormal encounters, are boas, are blues, are reptiles, are electricians, are herp homes,
Herpetile, like reptiles and
yeah,
frogs and stuff.
Our Toyota Tacoma, our Golf Swing, and then our Animals Being Bros. It is quite a diverse selection of subreddits that they posted.
A lot of different interests.
Yeah. This post didn't have a whole lot of comments. There was 10 upvotes, 4 comments. But Mercy Morning 1996 says, no, as in they haven't experienced anything similar, but it is odd for sure if you both felt it. Again, I think only one of them felt it. The other one was just covering. Komodo Naga says, probably some sort of mass hysteria. I think you need more than 2 people for that. But
shared hysteria could work, but mass sounds like a bit much.
Ute Man for you says, nope. I've lived in the Northwest Shore, Saratoga Springs, for almost 20 years. Never experienced anything out of the ordinary. Just the occasion boom from Camp Williams or the Army Depot. So why are you in this subreddit, man? Like,
yeah, what are you doing?
And then Strange Bonus 9044 says, I used to live in Eagle Mountain, not too far from the Northwest Shore of Utah Lake. That whole area is weird. A lot of people I know from there claim to have had UFO encounters. Okay.
Something I didn't consider was UFOs. I didn't think about aliens with lakes.
Yeah, that's another reason why I picked this one. They do say in the story that they didn't think they can or they had to discount like an alien abduction or something because they'd never heard of an experience like that. But yeah, and this is really weird because there's a podcast I listen to, and the host of it, he has like a friend that's really into conspiracy theories, and that friend shared their personal UFO story, and it was very much like this. It was him with a few friends, and they were out fishing, and then they saw like a big spaceship in the sky, and they all saw it, and afterwards they were kind of like discussing how the fact that they saw a UFO, right? Like, this guy's been waiting his whole life to see a UFO, and he's like, and here I am seeing it with two good friends, and I just had to clarify that they also saw it. And in the moment, they were like, well, yeah, I mean, we were sitting right here. But then a few days later, they were like, no, that's not what we saw. So I don't know how well you could count on that story. But yeah, I guess that's it for the stories this week. This felt like it blew by really fast, but we're at about an hour. So yeah, lakes. I used to live near a lake. That's where I saw the Goodyear blimp.
Yes.
That scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. So I guess I have a lake UFO story.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
If y'all don't know what story X is talking about,
pretty sure it's the second
had to have
episode.
Been like one of the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, I think it's just titled. Oh my god, what is it titled? Hold on, I'll find that real quick.
Well, our titles aren't very
yeah, they're not
friendly
based
when
on
it comes
episode
to
number.
finding the subject of the episode.
The title of that episode specifically was "Don't Think, Just Punch an Alien."
There you go. We need to do another alien
episode
soon.
Yeah. I think this is our 30. This episode specifically is our 32nd episode. So we've covered quite a few topics. We can always come back to alien. I think that episode was more of like a UFO episode because we didn't really.
Yeah.
No, there was the one who saw the alien in their room. So
yeah. And he like tried to tackle it.
Yeah, we can go either way next time. We can do specifically UFOs or specifically actual alien encounters instead of mixing them together. But yeah, I think aliens is a fun topic that we'll probably cover quite a few times.
Oh, absolutely. One of these days, and like we don't want to jump the gun, obviously, like within the 30 episode mark right now. But one of these days, you bet it's coming. There's going to be the Bigfoot episode. But
yeah.
I don't know if we want to wait till like episode 50 for that.
Yeah. That might just have to be episode 50. And then we might do a special thing where we watch a Bigfoot movie because I still haven't figured out.
I mean, we've threatened to do this for a while.
Yeah. But with that said, you got any Ask X for this episode?
What's funny is no, I don't. But I do have in the media channel of our server, I have posted a list of photos that people took of statues they found underwater.
Oh, yeah. I've seen these. Holy shit, man! This would certainly freak you out, huh? So let's see. I guess I can go through and describe these real quick. But yeah, just imagine the bottom of really murky water, and you come across a statue, like something that doesn't move, that a lot of times look like either humanoid or like large creatures. This first one here literally looks like a swamp creature. Would have been fitting for the swamp episode.
Yeah, it's giving. I'm gonna forget what that Lovecraft story is. Innsmouth. Is it Shadow of Innsmouth? Whatever it is. There's like fish people.
I'm not familiar, but it's like a humanoid body with a fish kind of head and like a fin on the back. So his next picture here is just a dude who looks like he's freaked out. Got sunglasses on his forehead. Oh, and a noose around his neck.
That's a noose around his neck. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. This subreddit is submerged animatronic. It's kind of specific, right?
That is what that's like.
This post is flared with rotting horror.
So metal.
So, okay, the third one is just SpongeBob. SpongeBob SquarePants. Just chilling at the bottom of the lake. First comment on here is, why is SpongeBob the scariest?
Well,
which I don't think that's true. But
his eyes and teeth are not like rotted.
no,
they seem
they're
to be made of some kind of like porcelain, maybe, because there's no algae on them at all.
yeah, they're super white.
Yeah.
Well, all the ones I've seen so far are all rusted pretty badly, so they're kind of brown, right? Or they're brownish green, kind of hard to tell. The second one is a fish with a crown on its head.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know if this
royalty.
is from something specific, but
It doesn't look so unique to be like part of an IP.
yeah. And then the last one here is a shark. It's just a shark.
Yeah, another kind of fish.
Yeah, with its mouth open, showing all of its sharpy teeth.
I'm sure
said
if you're
Sharpie,
scuba diving,
not
because these
Sharky,
pictures are presumably taken by scuba divers. There are scuba divers in...
Yeah, there's scuba divers in almost all of these pictures.
Almost all the pictures. So, like, swimming up through the water is so murky, like, you wouldn't be able to see more than 15 feet in front of you.
Yeah,
But,
sometimes
like,
you can't even see past your own hand, so...
Yeah, but just swimming up on what looks to be maybe a 5 or 6 foot shark, like, that's unnerving.
Yeah, I've seen a picture of something like this, but it's like a gigantic shark, like with like super like exaggerated teeth on it.
I know what you're talking about. It's in like a theme park or something that got abandoned. Am I thinking about that right?
Submerged or something. Yeah, I have no idea. I've only ever seen the picture. I never really looked into it.
Abandoned theme park shark. That's what Roger wrote into Google, and Google said, "Hey, you're talking about this." No. Okay. That didn't pull what I thought would come up. So, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna have to do it for this lake-themed episode. Thank you all for listening. Been awesome. We appreciate you being here. We like that you listen, and that's great. Just two dudes. Just disagreeing with everything they read, except for the first story. That sea monster is real. But if you have any supernatural stories of your own, you could submit them to us for this show down in the comments or to our Reddit. That's PONDPOD.
Yeah. If you're enjoying the show, you can do a couple of things for us. You can leave a review, you can comment, or you can just tell a friend about it, or do all three. Maybe the latter. Do all three of those things for us.
You could, yeah, and we would like that.
Yeah, so we've been a Paranormal Dudes, ever in need of stories to intrigue, perplex, maybe even frighten. So remember, if you can't explain it, it was probably a giant nose. Or a pond. Who knows? Until next time, stay tuned and stay haunted.
That's the sound of a giant nose.
Yeah.
Discord does not like those sounds.